All right, hello everybody. I'm back once again. God is still speaking through visions and dreams. Yes, He is. I want to talk to you some more about the importance of fasting, the benefits in fasting. I don't think this video is going to be as long as the last one, but this is something that's really important. Listen, a humble person is a very powerful person. A humble person, God will move mountains for a humble person. Okay? A proud person, the Bible lets us know that a proud person, God will resist you. Okay? Humility and pride are opposites. Pride opposes humility. Humility opposes pride. Pride cannot stand humility. Humility cannot stand pride. Okay? Pride is of the devil. Humility is of God. Okay? God works through humility. Satan works through pride. All right? Humility, God will stand with you in humility. Okay? Jesus Christ was a very humble person. Although he was the king of the universe, he was God. But he walked in humility. Okay? He wasn't a fighter. He wasn't argumentative. He didn't push and shove for his place in first place in line. Okay? He was humble. Okay? The Bible said that God resists the proud. Okay? You know what it means when he said God resists the proud? God fight against the proud. Okay? God hinders the proud. Okay? A person may wonder why things are never working for him because he could be he's in pride. Okay? And a lot of people feel like that. A lot of people are proud of their pride. They're proud of their pride. Okay? But God hates pride. Did y'all know that? Did y'all know God hates pride? The only thing that can counter pride is humility. And you cannot have humility without love. Now, I hear a lot of arrogant people say, "Just stay humble, just stay humble." I hear them. These are arrogant, proud people. I hear them saying, "Just stay humble," but they have no idea what humbleness is or humility is. Okay. Listen, I'll tell you how to obtain true humility and get some things done in your life. Humble people get things done. They get things done in their life. God fight for them. Did you know that? The Bible said God give grace to the humble, but he resists the proud, or he fight against the proud. To give grace to someone means, well, this is my understanding of grace. Some people interpret it as unearned or unmerited favor. Well, the way God explained grace to me, he said grace is giving you whatever you need to do whatever you have to do. This is how he explained grace to me. What do you need to do to do what you have to do? You need more time? Grace will give it to you. Okay? You need more strength? By God's grace is yours. Okay? You need understanding? By the grace of God. You can have it. Okay? God's grace gives you, see, when Christ died on the cross for us, that was God's grace. When he shed his blood for us, that was God's grace. Okay? Christ came to give us whatever we needed in order to make it into heaven. That was his grace. So the Bible said God give grace to the humble if you're humble. But most of us don't know how to be humble. We really don't. God give grace to the humble. God give grace. God give you whatever you need to do whatever you have to do. He gives you whatever you need to make it. That's grace. That's God's grace. He gives his grace. His love is his grace. His patience is his grace. Okay? Now, if you go to the book of Daniel 20, I think the 21st chapter. Let me see. I'm sorry, that's Daniel 10 and 2. Listen, the Bible said Daniel fasted 21 days. Okay? The purpose of a fast is to humble yourself. That's the purpose of a fast. That's one of the purposes. That's one of the purposes of a fast. If you're having trouble with humility, okay, if you're having trouble with pride, see, pride is easily identified. Pride is anger, self-centered, what I want first, think more about yourself than others. Pride is putting on a show. Okay, want everybody to see me, hear me. Okay, pride is full of anger, wrath. Okay, pride is pretty easy to identify. Pride is, you're not going to do me like that and get away with it. Okay. Listen, if you're having a problem with pride, because pride is going to hold you down. It's going to hold you down. It's going to keep you back. There are a lot of things you could probably accomplish or have done. And some of y'all feel like I should be much further along in life than what I am. And you probably should be, but you're not because of pride. Pride is going to rob you of everything you got. Okay? Because the last time somebody did something to you, you told them off. The last time somebody did something to you that you didn't like, you got them straight. That's pride. And see, when you give in to pride, pride is going to rob you of your destiny. Pride is going to rob you of your destiny. Okay? You cannot give in to pride. He's going to want something in return. All right? So the best way to destroy pride is through humiliation. Okay? Not humiliation. Through humbleness. Now, humiliation, you can use that to destroy pride. If you're humiliated, humiliation is not the same thing as quite the same thing as humility. Humiliation is actually humility. Humility is shame forced on you. Someone humiliates you. Okay, it's forced on you. But you can use that humiliation to humble you. If you humble yourself in that humiliation, okay, it becomes humility. Yeah, I got that right. If you humble yourself in that humiliation, it becomes humility. And that is very powerful. Okay? So the purpose of a fast is to humble yourself. You humble yourself, you can get some things done. God will work with you. He will work with you, not against you. Okay, if you allow yourself, Jesus Christ allowed himself to be punished. He allowed himself to, the Lord said, if someone slapped you on one cheek, turn the other cheek. That's humiliation, people. That's not humiliation. That's humility. That's humility. Of course, most people don't want to do that. I don't want to do that. I don't want to turn the other cheek. I don't want somebody to hit me on the first cheek, let alone the second cheek. But this is what he teaches. Okay? This is what he teaches. And this is what he did. And we say we want to be like Jesus. Well, this is how you be like Jesus. This is how you become like Jesus. You do what he did, to the best of your ability. Listen, humility is not an easy task. It's not an easy job, but God will work with you in accomplishing your goals through humility. The best way to walk in humility is fast. Fast. Okay? Daniel said that he humbled himself for 21 days by fasting. By fasting. Okay? David said he humbled himself. Psalms 35:13. Okay? By fasting. Isaiah 58:3. You can see that these people humble themselves through fasting. Okay? If you want to get something done in your life, fast. Fast. This is why a lot of times we can't get rid of spirits, because pride is in our way. And you know, Jesus Christ said that when you fast, don't let everybody know it. Okay? That's a secret place. Okay? That's a secret place. One of the secret places in God is fasting in secret. Okay? Don't look like you're fasting. Don't talk like you're fasting. I mean, if somebody asks you, are you fasting? You just say, well, yeah, I'm fasting. And leave it at that. But don't look, he said, don't look like you're fasting. Don't act like you're fasting. Don't let everybody know you're fasting. Okay? Because that is a secret place, right? Is that what he said, Matthew 6:16? When you fast, do it secretly. Okay? Don't appear to fast. Okay? And God will reward you openly. All right? Now we know that, okay, if you go to Isaiah 58:3, it says the people were complaining. They were complaining against God. They said, why have we fasted? Okay? You can fast in vain. Did you know that? You can fast in vain. You can do all that fasting. It can be in vain. You can go days without eating, and it could be for nothing. Okay? Because of your disposition with people, with God, it can be for nothing. All right? Why have we fasted, they ask, and you have not seen us? It's possible that you can fast for nothing. Why have we humbled ourselves? See, there you go. They humble themselves. This is how you humble yourself. It's possible that you can humble yourself for nothing. And you have not noticed. God said, behold, on the day of your fast, you do as you please. Okay? You can't, when you're fasting, you got to stay focused. You got to stay focused. Listen, the Bible said, when you seek me with all of your heart, then you will find me. Okay? The reason why we're not getting answers to some of our prayers, we're not seeking God with all our heart. We're not focused. But fasting will keep you focused if you keep the right attitude, the right disposition. It will keep you focused. It will zero you in on the target. Okay? He said in Isaiah 58, God said in Isaiah 58:3, behold, on the day of your fast, you do whatever you want to do. And you oppress all your workers. You fast with contention and strife. They're fighting. And while they're fasting, they're fighting, arguing, and cussing folks out. To strike viciously with your fists. You cannot fast as you do today. You cannot fast as you do today and have your voice heard on high. Listen, it's possible that you can fast for nothing. Your attitude is not right. Okay? You don't want to do that. if there's something that you are needing change in your life, get that attitude right. Treat people right. Not treating people right will hinder your prayers. Did you know the Bible makes it very clear that if a man doesn't treat his wife right, his prayers will be hindered. I could be fasting to skin and bones. But if I'm mistreating my wife, I'm fasting for nothing. It's for nothing. Okay? Okay? And these people were fasting in strife, anger. Okay? They were mistreating other people. And God asked them the question, is this the kind of fast that I have chosen? No, God didn't choose that kind of fast. God don't choose the kind of fast where you just go without food, starve yourself, and mistreat other people at the same time. That's not the kind of fast God wants. God wants. Okay? Is this the kind of fast that I have chosen? A day for a man to deny himself, to bow his head like a reed, and to spread out sackcloth and ashes? Will you call this a fast and a day acceptable to the Lord? No. Then he asks the question, isn't this the fast that I have chosen? Listen. This is the purpose of a fast. You humble yourself. Okay? This is very powerful, you all. This is very powerful. And I want you to get this. This is very powerful. See, when Jesus Christ fasted after his 40-day fast, I did a video on a 40-day fast. A 40-day fast is very powerful if it's done right. After Jesus did his 40-day fast, he came out that fast. He came out healing the sick, raising the dead, opening blinded eyes. After Moses did his 40-day fast, he was working more miracles. Okay? He even had the law written. God wrote the law in his presence. There were some other things that happened after his 40-day fast. Elijah, after his 40-day fast, he was a miracle worker. He outran a horse. Okay, a 40-day fast is very powerful if you do it. If God called you to do a 40-day fast and you do it right. Okay? God asked the question in verse 6, isn't this the fast that I have chosen to break the chains of wickedness? Fasting will break the chains of wickedness. Okay? To break the chains of wickedness, to untie the cords of the yoke, to untie the cords of the yoke, to set the oppressed free, to tear off every yoke. Fasting will set you free. Fasting will set other people free. Fasting, people that you've been praying for. You know what? It's too many of us in the church who are cursing each other. We are cursing each other. Mothers are cursing their children, and it's sitting in the church. Fathers are cursing their sons and getting up preaching in the pulpit, when they should be praying and fasting for those people. He's just a drug head. He's just so drunk. You just a hoe. And mothers, hear mothers in the church calling their daughters bitches. You just a bitch in the church. And if I'm talking to somebody and you're doing that, shame on you. May God have mercy on your soul. You going to church every Sunday and you calling your daughter a bitch? And you know you should be praying for your daughter? May God have mercy on your soul. Okay? If any of you men out there, you see your son struggling with something, and instead of you being there to aid him, to teach him, to help him, to encourage him, you kick him to the curb, may God have mercy on your soul. Because that is a very evil thing to do to your loved one. You should be praying and fasting for them. Because it tells us right here that fasting will set the captive free. See, a lot of us, we're just not fasting. A lot of us, our children are dying in the street. They're in prison because a lot of us just will not seek God. We will not fast. Okay? We will not fast. We will not seek God. I don't know how many times my son came close to death. Both of my sons, maybe all three of them, I don't know, came very close to losing their lives. Okay? And sometimes God would have me fast, but sometimes he didn't. Sometimes he would have me pray a particular prayer. But I would not know what prayer to pray if I did not fast. You remember in my last video, there are some prayers you can pray, it won't do any good because it's not the right prayer. But if you fast and wait, the Holy Spirit will give you the right prayer to pray. And sometimes he might not give you a prayer of understanding, but he will give you a prayer of tongues. Okay? And you won't understand when you speak in tongues, pray in tongues. You won't understand with your mind, but your spirit will understand. A prayer, fasting is to break chains. Okay? Jesus Christ told his disciples when they tried to cast that demon out of that young man, he told them, you was not able to cast this demon out of this young man because of your unbelief. And he said, this can only come out through prayer and fasting. Now, somebody want to argue the point about, well, this can mean unbelief or this can mean devil. I think it means devil, this kind of devil. Don't come out unless you're fasting and prayer. But because your unbelief hindered it. Okay? But if you fast and pray, that unbelief will not hinder, okay, you getting the job done. Okay, and these demons only gonna come out through fasting and prayer. Listen, some of you all got children, they are running amok. God is gonna hold some of y'all accountable for your children. You know, the justice system here in this world holds some people accountable for their children. Because we are responsible. Now, of course, when our children get to be 30, 40, 50 years old, we're not accountable like they would be if they were 10 years old or 9. But to some degree, before God, he's going to hold some of us accountable because some of us, we could do more to help our children. We could do more. And especially the black community, okay, we should be praying for our children. We could be fasting for our children. Fasting will break chains, spiritual chains. Okay? Fasting will tear off every yoke. It said every yoke. Okay? And not only that, listen. When you humble yourself to fast, God is expecting you to do good works, not evil works. Don't curse your brother, curse your sister, curse your daughter, curse your son, but do some good works. In verse 7 it says, isn't it to share your bread with the hunger, to bring the poor and homeless into your home, to clothe the naked when you see them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood? Okay? See, wow. This is the reason why a lot of us church folks is so depressed. This is the reason why. Did you know overeating will cause depression? There's a scripture in the Bible where it says the children of Israel was in the desert and they prayed that God would give them meat to eat. God gave them meat to eat, but he sent leanness to their souls. You know what that's saying? They got their belly full. Their flesh was satisfied, but their soul was empty. Their soul was pitiful. Their soul was weak and sad. They were depressed. They dealt with depression, sadness. Sent leanness to their souls. They weren't happy. Did you know overeating would cause that? Did you know when Adam and Eve ate? When they ate excessively, their soul became lean. They became unhappy. They experienced death. Death came into their soul. Now they begin to cry and weep. They begin to fear. They begin to agonize in their soul. Excessive eating. When it's time to fast, fast. Okay? Because in verse 8 it says, then your light will break forth like the dawn. In other words, you'll find happiness and joy like you didn't know you had. Don't eat so much. I'm talking to myself too. Don't think I'm exempt. I'm not exempt. Because next month, God might talk to me again. Okay, you need to slow this, stop eating all this chicken. Chicken, I like chicken and I love chocolate. I love, what is that, Coca-Cola and coffee. But I can't do all that stuff. I can't eat all that. Okay? So I'm talking to myself as well. First. It says in verse 8, then your light will break forth like the dawn and your healing will come quickly. The reason why some of us are sick, the reason why some of us are crippled is because of our diet. We will not control our diet. We will not control our diet. There are people that are in the grave right now because they drink. Man, I see people drinking those soft drinks. Now I drink soft drinks, but you can overdo that. You can do that too much. All those soft drinks and teas and pops and energy drinks, that stuff is killing y'all. It's killing people. I knew a lady one time, she used to have a 2-liter of Dr. Pepper on her desk every single day, and she would drink that entire 2-liter. If she didn't drink the entire 2 liters, she drank almost all of it. And the next day she would finish it off and she would get another one the next day, every single day. It wasn't long after that she started losing her eyesight. She kept drinking that Dr. Pepper every day. I mean, it was pretty obvious to me. This is what's wrong with her. This is why you can't see. People, there are things that we are eating that are killing us and destroying our health. Excessive eating. When Adam ate excessively, the Lord told him, you're going to die. That's what he told him. And eventually he died. Obey God with your appetite. With your appetite. Verse 8 says, then your light will break forth like the dawn. In other words, he will not send leanness to your soul like he did the children of Israel in the desert. You will not be as depressed. You will be happy. And when you treat people, back up here in verse 7, treat people right. Don't call your daughter a bitch. Don't call your son a mother. A son of a. Call him a damn lie. You cursing your own son. And these are people in church. In verse 7, isn't this? It says, isn't it to share your bread with the hunger? Okay, and this doesn't necessarily mean people physically hungry for food. But some people, listen, we are to bear good fruit. We are to bear good fruit, love, joy, peace, long-suffering, the fruit of the Spirit. We are to bear these fruit. When someone come to us, they're supposed to be able to get some of this fruit from us. Love. They're supposed to be able to get some love from us. They're supposed to be able to get some kindness and gentleness and long-suffering and all that from us. The fruit of the Spirit. We're supposed to be able to give them some of this fruit when they come to us. But if they come to us and we curse them, Okay? Tell them, oh, man, you ain't no good. You worthless. You ain't no good. That's bad fruit. You know what the Bible called that? Thorns and thistles. Man, and it's in the book of Hebrews that people who are, if all they ever have is thorn and thistles for people, then one day God said he's going to gather them together, okay, and destroy them. Because you should be, as a Christian, you're supposed to produce fruit, good fruit. Okay? Now, yeah, people get on your nerve, people wear your nerve, okay? People, you don't know what to do with some people sometimes. I mean, you just don't know what to do with them, okay? But when you get like that, I'm going to tell you, there's one indication that your love life is weak. Your love life is weak because love beareth all things, the Bible said. Love never fails. Your love life is weak. If your love life is weak, there's no humility. But pride is in there. You can't have both working at the same time. It's either humility or pride. So verse 7 said, it says that isn't it to share your bread with the hungry, to bring the poor and homeless into your home, to clothe? Use wisdom right there. Don't go out picking up people on the street, bring them in your house, okay? Don't do that. Okay, but you understand what the scripture is saying. You know, be hospitable and be kind to people, but don't go out picking up people, bringing strangers in your home. Okay, don't do that. A lot of Christian people do that and end up dead. Okay, be wise. To bring the poor and homeless into your home, to clothe the naked when you see them, and not to turn away from your own flesh and blood. Okay, don't curse your own family. You should be fasting for them. You should be fasting. And if fasting is difficult, seems difficult for you to do, pray God, ask God, Lord, help me to fast. Help me. And it might take a month. It might take a week. It might take a little while for God to work you. He have to work you into a fast. You can't just jump up and fast. Now, some people do, and sometimes it's just not God. It's not in God's plan. They're doing it on their own. But when you're really trying to do a fast like this, you're going to have to ask God to help you work yourself into a fast. At least I do anyway. I do. Okay? And it says in verse 8, then your light will break forth like the dawn. You're going to be happy. Once you go through that fast, you're going to be happy, man. You're going to find some joy you didn't have. You're not going to need a lot of things that you thought you need to make you happy. Okay? You're not going to need that stuff. I'm just happy. I'm just as happy and content. I can sit right here in my house by myself. God had me to fast TV one time. I fasted TV for, I don't know, it was probably over a year. I don't know. I'm not even that interested in TV no more. I really can't stand TV no more. And I'm just as happy as I can be. I fast, and when I fast TV, man, I didn't want to give up TV. I honestly did. I was like, oh Lord, what is the problem here? What's wrong with TV, Jesus? I didn't want to give it up. But when I gave it up, I'm going to tell you something. When I gave up TV, people say you can't fast TV. You can fast whatever you want to fast. You can fast whatever is getting between you and God. God's trying to tell you something, talk to you, show you something, but he can't do it because you're watching TV. You are not focused. You're not seeking him with your whole heart. Or you're doing something else. Whatever you're doing that's in between you and God, you can fast it. So I gave up the TV for a while. And when I gave up the TV, revelations came. God gave me revelations on his word. And now I don't even like TV very much. I see some movies that I said, man, I would like to watch that movie. But once I get to watching it, I don't care for it. I really don't. And I'm just as happy as I can be. I'm just as happy as I can be without TV and a lot of other things. I don't need a lot of things to make me happy. And this is what this scripture is saying right here. Then I don't need alcohol to make me happy. I don't need no smoke to make me happy. Okay? I don't need sex to make me happy anymore. Wow. Boy, I'm going down a rabbit hole right here. Okay? Man, I'm going to tell you, fasting, when you fast, you're crucifying the lust of the flesh. The Bible said there's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. You can fast food to crucify the lust of the flesh. You can fast TV to crucify the lust of the eyes. Okay? You can also crucify the pride of life through humility, through fasting. Okay? I don't need all that stuff to be happy. I'm very content without all that, any of that stuff. In verse 8 right here it says, then your light will break forth like the dawn. When you surrender your appetite to God. See, this is something we don't talk about much in church, surrendering our appetite. But did you know in the tribulation, the tribulation saints are going to have to surrender their appetite to God. You're going to have to do that or take the mark of the beast. The church that's in the tribulation, the saints that are in the tribulation. And don't let these false teachers tell you the church is not going through the tribulation. That's a damnable lie. The church is going through the tribulation. The church will go through the tribulation. Not the wrath of God. That's two different things. Okay? The church is going through the tribulation, but the church that go through the ones that go through the tribulation, they're going to have to surrender their appetite to God. Or they're going to take the mark of the beast so they can eat. See? So when these people surrender their appetite to God in the tribulation, they're going to be just like Elijah. There's going to be a period of time. The Bible told the church of Philadelphia, I'm going to keep you for 1 hour during this tribulation. This 1 hour is a very short period of time, probably a month or so. And I believe this is what this is talking about. This is going to be a period of time when the church is going to be tested with their appetite. Once you get that appetite under control, you got your entire body, your entire passions, everything under control. Okay? But as long as your appetite is out of control, you don't have everything under control. Listen, when Jesus Christ did that 40-day fast, he came out healing. See, he was free. Okay? He had his body under subjection. Then he was able to free others. And even though you may not do a 40-day fast, but even right now, if you surrender your appetite to God, and he say, just do a 3-day fast. I've had the Lord just have me do a half day, a day and a half. And I saw doors open. I saw things change. A very short. Sometimes he would just tell me, don't eat right now. Don't eat right now. And I'll be wondering, it's lunchtime. It's time to eat. But the Spirit will be saying, don't eat right now. Not right now. Okay? And then 2, 3, 4 hours later, I feel that release. You can eat. See, I don't know what's going on in the spirit realm when you do that. Somebody could be in trouble. Somebody could be trying to make the right decision, good decision. Okay? But remember, we are to surrender our bodies as a living sacrifice unto God for the benefit, to benefit someone else. Okay? Sometimes we may be fasting. It's not for us. It's for somebody else that we don't know. Okay? So going back to verse 8, then your light will break forth like the dawn, and your healing will come quickly. Your healing, people. Some of y'all, I see people in the church, they're crippled, they're bent over, they're depressed, they all that junk. All they got to do is get control of their appetite. Get control of their appetite until God show them the problem. Okay? Until God show them the problem. This is the problem. This is why you're crippled. Stop eating this and stop drinking that. And Okay? Or this is why you're depressed. Man, you know, as a dreamer, I dream a lot, a lot, a lot. And of course, with having this gift, you know, the Satan, he have tried many times, and he still do try to infiltrate it. Okay, and try to infiltrate it, and he's tried to get in my sleep, in my dreams, and sometimes he do, and he had. Okay, lots of times. But and many times what God would do, he would say, now you gotta go to bed hungry. Don't go to bed on a full stomach tonight. Because somewhere along the line, and a spirit has gotten in your sleep. Because he knows that's my gift. Okay, that's my gift. So I have to go to bed hungry in order to evict that spirit out of my sleep. See, only God knows, only God knows how to do certain things. I wouldn't have never known to do that. There's some things you will never figure out. You will never figure out if you don't fast. If you don't, what's better than fasting is surrendering your appetite to God. That's better than fasting. Okay? That's better than fasting. And it says in verse 8, I'm still on verse 8, then your light will break forth like the dawn. In other words, you will be happy. You will find joy and a happiness like you didn't know you had. And your healing will come quickly. Your righteousness will go before you. Okay, you will find favor before you get to the car lot. Okay, the man see you coming. He's ready to do business with you. He don't even know you. Okay, I've had my unrighteousness go before me. Yes, I have. People saw me coming. They was like, oh, don't trust him. Don't trust him. Oh, yeah. And that's the way they treated me, too. People would see me coming. People would just see me around, and they would automatically just treat me as if they didn't trust me. And they would let me know. And I'm thinking, why do they treat me like that? They don't know me. Because my unrighteousness went before me. They saw me coming. And before I got to them, they had already made their minds up about me. Well, the Bible said, your righteousness will go before you. People will see you coming, and they would see you afar off, and they would say, I like them. I want to do business with them. Okay? Your righteousness will go before you, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. You won't have to worry about nobody stabbing you in the back, ripping you off. You won't have no fear of that. You know what? I used to be a bully. I bullied everybody that I knew couldn't whoop me or thought couldn't whoop me. There was a couple of guys I thought couldn't whoop me, and I bullied them, and they gave me a good whooping. My sister had to come pull one of them off me. Oh yeah, but I used to be a bully. But you know what? As time went by, I found out, you're just a coward. Because there are a lot of guys you wouldn't do like that. I had to learn this about myself. You're just a coward. So I made up in my mind, I said, you know what then, Lord, I don't want to be a coward. He said, I'll tell you what you do then. This is the way he explained it to me. You treat everybody right. And you fear me. You fear me. Don't fear no man. You treat everybody right. Big guys, strong guys, little guys, weak guys. Women, men, boys, you treat everybody right. And you fear me, you fear God. And don't you fear no man. Okay? And now, the way I am now, I don't fear nobody. Now, even if I give in to them and I work with them, because I do it because the Bible said, as much as possible, as much as it is possible, be at peace with all men. So sometimes I will give in to a person just to keep the peace. It's not that I fear them. Okay? It's not that I fear them. I fear God, man. That's who I fear. Okay? If the police pull me over now, I don't fear the police. Okay? I fear God. God said, respect that badge. Because if you don't, you're going to meet God. And that's the one you better fear. It ain't the police. You better fear God. God said, respect that badge, respect the law, obey the law. Okay? Because if you don't, you're going to have to meet God. So I don't look over my shoulder no more. I don't worry about nobody doing anything to me. Okay? Because I don't bully people, I don't mistreat people, and God's got my back. It says right here, and the glory of the Lord will be your rear guard. All this, let's tell you something, all this came through consistent crucifying the flesh and fasting. And through this fasting came humility, came, what was it? I was about to say humility and revelation. Revelation, that's knowledge I received that I would not have otherwise received except through fasting and understanding. Okay? When I, you remember the other night I told you that sometimes, many nights I leave and I go into the spiritual realm. Some people call that astral projection. Well, the Bible calls it being caught up in the spirit. Okay, that's what the Bible called it, or night visions. So, but many times I will go into the spiritual realm. And here in verse 9 it says, I'm going to show you something. And many times I would go into the spiritual realm, and I would encounter these spirits a lot. And a lot of them would attack me, assail me, and attack me. And I would try to defend myself. I would call on the name of Jesus, Jesus, Jesus. They would mock me. They would mock me. I would say Jesus. They say Jesus. Satan, the Lord rebuke you. Satan, the Lord rebuke you. That was kind of scary. I'm like, what am I going to do with these demons? They're facing me, and they're mocking me. Okay, I had one woman, I would go into these realms, these other worlds, these other dimensions, and as I said, I would come just under attack. And I had one woman. I said, what did I say to her? I was just calling Jesus. She said, Jesus, nothing. I thought, and one night, and finally I said, Lord, wait a minute. Why are these spirits mocking me when I call your name? I thought that every knee shall bow, every tongue shall confess that Jesus is Lord. I thought that the name of the Lord is like a strong tower and the righteous run in. I thought the name of the Lord, spirits bow to this name. They do. Okay? They do. But spirits don't have respect for people that don't obey God. They'll bow to his name, but they won't. You remember that the 7 guys in the book of Acts tried to cast a demon out of some guy, and the 7 sons of Sceva or something like that their name was, the Bible called them. But anyway, they tried to cast a demon out of a man, and this man said, I don't know you. The demon spoke through this man and said, I don't know you all. I know Paul, I know Jesus, but who are you? I don't know you. And this demon leaped on these men, and beat the clothes off them. You remember that story? Well, see, demons, they reverence the name of Jesus, but they may not think nothing about you. Okay, listen here in verse 9. Look, this is what this says. After you fast, after you surrender your appetite to God. Now, he might only tell you to fast today. He might only tell you to fast, but do it the right way. He may only tell you to fast a week, okay? And usually, if he tell you to fast 20, 30 days, he'll give you a break. The devil always tell you, oh, you're going to be on this fast till Jesus comes. You're going to be on this fast the rest of your life. He ain't going to never take you out. Yes, he is. He's going to take you out the fast. Okay? That devil's something else. He'll tell you, no, you're going to be on this fast the rest of your life. He's going to make your life miserable. No, he's not. Listen, in verse 9 it says, then you will call and the Lord will answer. See, I was calling on Jesus when these spirits were attacking me, but he wasn't answering. Those demons was mocking me. I would say, Jesus. She said, Jesus is nothing. And she kept attacking me. Okay? But it says here, when you fast the right way, then you will call and the Lord will answer. Man, I'm telling you, there's too many false teachers on this internet. There's too many false teachers in the pulpits. You guys better know the word when you hear it. People are almost telling you that you don't have to fast. That you don't have to fast to bind the devil. You don't have to fast to rebuke the devil. Yes, you do. You don't surrender your appetite to God, the devil is going to mock you. That's where he got Adam at. See, when you surrender your appetite to God, you're doing more than what Adam did. Adam did not surrender his appetite to God. But if you surrender your appetite to God, you're doing more than, I'm talking to myself. See, I'm going to remember this video when it comes time to fast again. Might be time to fast again next month. I'm going to remember what I said. But you're doing better than what Adam did. Adam did not surrender his appetite to God. But you surrender your appetite to God. You are his son. And God is going to hear you when you pray. See? Then you will call, and the Lord will answer. You will cry out, and he will say, here I am. Okay? And it goes on to say, though, if you remove the yoke from your midst, the pointing of the finger, the malicious talk. See, you got to do this stuff when you fast, and you can't be saying bad things about people while you're fasting. You can't be doing that. Listen at this. The pointing of the finger, judging, the malicious talk. And if you give yourself to hunger and satisfy the afflicted soul, then your light will go forth in the darkness. And your light and your night will become noonday. Depression will leave you. The Lord will always guide you. Okay? You will be like a well-watered garden. Do y'all see that? It is so many benefits to fasting. People, fast. If you're in a relationship right now, you're scared to get out. You don't know if you can get out. You don't know if you should marry this man. You don't know if you should marry that woman. Fast. And if the person is for you, they're going to marry you. If they're not for you, they're going to leave. And God is going to send the person that's for you. Okay? If you trying to decide, should I go to this church, that church? Should I take this job? Fast. And while you're fasting, don't be talking about people. That old heifer, I can't stand that old heifer. Don't do that. You're gonna mess things up. Your fasting gonna be in vain. Your fasting is gonna be in vain. It's gonna be for nothing. You will win 3, 4, 5, 6, 21 days for nothing. Okay? He's showing you here how to fast and the benefit of fasting. It will bring you humility. Okay? Humility is very powerful. Humility will destroy pride. Pride is the most strongest force in the kingdom of darkness. There's only one thing that will destroy pride. Your faith cannot destroy pride. Your hope will not destroy pride. Your singing, your praising, your dancing will not destroy pride. Your quoting scriptures will not destroy pride. You know what's going. You can quote scriptures all day long. There's people quote scriptures all day long and they're full of pride themselves. But you know what's going to destroy pride? Is love. Because love is full of humility. Humility and pride is like night and day. They don't mix. Okay? They don't mix. You can't mix humility and pride. Pride will destroy humility. Okay? You got to fast. If you are saying bad things about your loved ones, shame on you, man. Now, have I done it? Of course I've done it. Of course I've done it. I've said bad things about my loved ones. Okay? But God helped me to understand, man, you doing that, not only are you destroying them, because God had put them in your care, you were their guardian. You're destroying them, but you're destroying yourself. Okay? You are destroying yourself. When you speak evil of your loved ones, when you should be fasting for them. Wow. Should be fasting for them. Fasting will break yokes. It will destroy the chains. You got to fast. Listen, I ain't going to say you have to do this, but I'm going to ask you a question. Are you willing to love until it hurts? Are you willing to love until you cry? Are you willing to love until you're up? See, when a mother loves a child, a mother will stay up all night with that child. Get up and go to work the next day. A mother will bleed for that child. A mother will put herself in harm's way for that child. This is love, y'all. What are we willing to sacrifice for our loved ones to see them free? Now, does your sacrifice mean they will be free? No. As I said, you can fast in vain. But how much of yourself are you willing to give to God to use on the behalf of others? And some of y'all got loved ones that need to be free. Listen, I made up my mind. I tell the devil all the time, I didn't bring in one child in this world for you. Not one. All right, I'm going to let y'all go, but I'm gonna leave y'all with this. I remember a long time ago, man, God showed me in a dream. My son was standing, but it looked like he was about 4 years old, about 4 or 5 years old. He was behind me, and there was a little evil spirit standing in front of me. And this little evil spirit was trying to get around me to get to my son. Okay? He was trying to get around me to get to my son. He just kept going back and forth like this. And my son kept trying to dodge him, kind of stay behind me. But something in the dream, I moved aside. In this dream, I moved aside. And this spirit got my son. This is what I know. No, that's horrible. But this is what God showed me. See, God trying to get us to understand some things, man. This stuff ain't nothing to play with. He was trying to get me to understand, man, this is serious. You can't be moving. You got to continue to believe, continue to pray. You got to continue to fast for your children. You got to continue to hold on to God for your children, to hold them up before God. You can't move out of the way. You can't say, I quit, I give up. You can't do that. Those children, some of those children are depending on you for their lives. And it's too many of us in the church, we are so caught up with Beyonce, what's that, Kanye West, Michael Jackson, he gone. Michael Jackson, and what are the movie stars, man? Some of the movie stars. We're so caught up in this mess, and our children, man, I don't know how. I remember sometimes when I had some of my kids came over to the house. I'm sitting there watching TV, Star Wars, and the Spirit of God was saying, "Man, your child is needing some help right now. Get out of the TV." You see what I'm saying? Okay, get out of the Kanye West and all that junk. Man, we are so sidetracked with too many things, and Satan is just doing his very best to destroy our loved ones, and we helping him by the things we say. But I saw this spirit trying to get to my child, and God let me know, man, you cannot move. Okay, whatever I did, I moved. And this demon got his grips on my child. But since then, I've been standing in the gap for all my children. And I guess this video is for somebody that need to pray for their children or their loved ones. Okay? Because they are depending on you. Listen, some of us, we are pillars in the family. We're like pillars. You know, pillars support the entire building. Okay? And some of y'all are like pillars in our families. Okay? Some of those people in their families will never come to church. They will never speak in tongues. They will never stop drinking. But they ain't going to be saved if you quit. They're not going to be saved. But if you stay in there, they'll still be saved. If you hang in there. If you continue to pray, continue to fast, and seek God for them, they'll still be saved. Okay? All right. Fast. You must fast. The bridegroom have not come yet. When the bridegroom comes, we can fast, eat, drink, and be merry like there is no tomorrow. Okay? You're going to eat as much as you want, whenever you want, whatever you want. But the bridegroom have not come yet. So we got to fast. Okay? Have y'all watched my video on the bridegroom? Man, you need to watch that, man. Listen, I know I'm going to say this really fast. I'm going to let you go. I didn't intend to hold this video this long. But fasting will also bring you revelations. It would help you. God will give you revelations through fasting. He will give you revelations of his word. He will help you understand his word. When Daniel fasted and he received revelations, there were some other people in the word of God that fasted and got revelations. Okay? Fasting will help you receive revelations. And when I fasted, when I would do these fasts, God would give me revelations on the word. And one of the revelations he gave me was on the bridegroom. The bridegroom. You will be surprised what the bridegroom is really all about. Okay? You will be surprised. I hope you watch my video on the bridegroom. Just go to my channel and just scroll down till you see the bridegroom, something on the bridegroom. Okay? And you'll be surprised, man, what the bridegroom is all about. But the bridegroom is not here yet. We must fast. We must fast. If you have questions about something, you don't have no clarity about something, you don't know what to do about something, fast. And fast humbly. Okay? When you're fasting, don't be arguing with people. Don't be calling people out of their names, talking about people, running them down. Okay? It'll be probably a good thing to just remain silent as much as you can. Now, this is one thing that worked for me. Sometimes when I'm fasting and I'm seeking God, I don't say anything for several days. And then all of a sudden, God will come and tell me, say this or say that. And when I say it, bam, it breaks. Whatever bothered me, it breaks. It's destroyed. But in the meantime, I could be just saying, God, Satan, the Lord rebuke you. Jesus is on my side. God is my strength. God is my, and won't be getting nothing done. Won't be getting anything done. I'll be quoting those scriptures and won't be getting anything done. But if you fast and you stay before God in your spirit, okay, remain quiet, be still, don't be running off at the mouth and letting your emotions go all crazy, and just stay calm, stay quiet, and wait for God to speak. He will speak, man, and give you the answer. Bam, it's over with right then. I'm telling you, man, that has happened to me lots of times. Lots of times. I've spoken a few words, and my enemy was destroyed right there. And I knew he was. I knew it. Man, this is some good stuff, man. I hope somebody gets something out of this. Okay? But Jesus Christ is soon to return, y'all. We must be ready. We must be ready. Fast and pray. Okay? I am looking forward to the second coming of Jesus Christ. I am looking forward to that day. I don't know. Maybe some of y'all love your Cadillacs and your mansions and your nice clothes, and maybe some of y'all love all the attention you're getting in this world. I don't love none of that stuff. I ain't got none of it. I don't love none of it. My mind is on heaven. In the meantime, I'm going to do what I'm supposed to do here. I'm looking forward to the second coming of Jesus Christ, to kneel at his feet, and he say, well done, thy good and faithful servant. And he say, enter into the joy of the Lord. In other words, hey, you have eternal life now, and that will never change. Did you know that once you get to heaven, you can't do anything to get kicked out? Did you know that? You can't do nothing. That will be enough. You will not be able to get kicked out of heaven ever. You will always be righteous. The Bible says, let he that is righteous be righteous still. When Christ come, he said, let he that is righteous be righteous still. That he that is unrighteous be unrighteous still. Did you know that when you get to heaven, there's nothing you can do that will cause you to sin? Man, if that ain't worth waiting for, that's worth waiting for. All right. God still speaks through visions and dreams. Yes, he does. Jesus Christ is soon to return. We must be ready.